go further, go bigger, I need to set you on fire. I was like, bro, calm down.
You think you're safe in there? You're not safe.
Elliot's always been the coldest badass in the show. But you kind of... Andrew Koji's come in this season. He gives you a run
to steal the title. Yeah. So when I found out that Andrew was going to be cast, like, I was really delighted. I'd seen a lot of his work before, and I knew how like talented a martial artist he was, and the intensity that he'd bring to the role and the series. He adds like a different flavor. He really shakes it up.
Well, it was a pleasure to dance with him. We basically knocked the shit out of each other for a couple of days.
And so then to find out that we were going to have a sequence together was then what I was like most looking forward to in the series. And I really hope that it stands up to the expectation that everyone's going to have of it.
I think what's interesting about that fight was it's two very different motivations. And Ṣọpẹ being an actor, I think there's action stuff, but then you have to combine it with motivation and tension with character. Elliot is very much a wild animal who is fighting. He thinks Zeek is the one who killed his family, and Zeek has got very different motivations, so he's a bit more on the defensive and he's a bit more playing strategy. So we were figuring out, we got to do the dance, but we got also to figure out the motivations. Yeah, it was fun. It was real fun, and there was a casualty that happened on set, unfortunately, a lens hood. I smacked it because it got in my way of this bad boy right here. Yeah.
It learned its lesson.
It learned a lesson, yeah. Well, I mean, the start of Gangs of London comes up very close. They film very up close, and I just turned around and it was there. And it was there for the picking, so like that, and yeah, got it. And it went flying over to the side of the thing. It was obliterated, actually. I think it disintegrated as I punched it.
That's Gangs of London, baby.
That's Gangs of London, yeah. Gangs of London, baby.
600 people died. And it wasn't an accident.
What would you call it?
An attack.
I had to go to mysterious school and figure out how to become mysterious and enigmatic. No, it was Peter McKenna who wrote a lot of it. It was there. He just talking to me yesterday. It helped so much. The backstory he created. I was going off. I mean, obviously, there's the plot, and as an actor, you go off on the psychology. So we were having discussions about maybe what he's like. But I think because he's cold-hearted killer, but at the same time, there's layers to him going on that we'll hopefully find out throughout the show and later on, and if there is a season 4, including a video game spin-off, Zeek, Gangs of London. I'm going to keep pitching that. Yeah, but to get to play a character like that, I think when I grew up, there wasn't many actors of my ethnicity playing a character like that, so I jumped at it.
I'm 100% in for the video game adaptation. The show, it licenses the title from a
video game, The Getaway, apparently. Yeah. But I think this video game should just be called Zeek, Gangs of London.
It's clean.
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah.
Also get like Sleeping Dogs type thing? Or...
Yeah. Sleeping Dogs, bit of Ghost of Tsushima, maybe, because he's got the knife stuff going on. Yeah. We'll blend it up, but in London. Yeah.
He was your mistake. Fix this.
Look, I love Lucy. I adore him as a human being, and I adore him as an actor, and I love working with him, and it's a privilege for me to just to sit and watch him. Sometimes you just get completely, sort of transfixed by what he's doing because he's so brilliant, and we both care deeply about the characters and want them to be as real and as honest to the creator as possible, and to them, to their core. So we just get on as humans, as people. He's my favourite.
You boys is trespassing. Well, I was offered the part of Cornelius. I hadn't seen the show, so I needed to. I watched most of the first season. And it was the second episode, I think I saw the raid in the Travelers Camp. And I just thought it was so impressive. I went, wow, I want to be part of that. Because it was, I'd never seen anything like that before on TV. The thing that I really wanted was to use the Blackthorn fighting stick. Really?
Which was used in the 1800s in Ireland, in the
British occupation, because the civilians weren't allowed to carry weapons. So all the young men developed limps and started walking around with these sticks. And in secret, they were learning how to turn it into a martial art, so they could use, fight against bayonets and swords. So I wanted to bring that little bit of history fact into it, and also because I wanted him to, because he likes violence, and it's violence is power. That's a more personal weapon rather than a bullet. They get up and close and personal with people.
You do know what he's planning on doing, don't you?
You don't want a war.
You draw your lines, and I'll draw mine.
Obviously, you're very physical throughout all of the seasons. I always imagine those sequences are quite challenging, but also incredibly fun to film.
Definitely a lot of fun. I think to answer your question, I have to tell an anecdote or like something that Men's Sana Tamaklo said. He's my stunt double, who I mention all the time because he's fabulous. He's really wonderful at what he does, and I would say that he keeps me safe, but I think I keep him safe, actually. But he was just like, bro, we need to find something else for you, We need to, like, go further, go bigger. I need to set you on fire. I was like, bro, calm down. Setting on fire is like a step too far. Like, I think I have become quite adept with a lot of the physical stuff that they throw at me, and I'm always excited by the challenge of it, It's like, oh, okay, I haven't done that before. Let's see how that's going to go. And then I'm really delighted to be able to provide them with the performance that they're looking for, But yeah, I'm not keen to be set on fire anytime soon. Cut to season 3, season 4, you're just like, yeah, man's got his way. But until then, we'll see.
I'm gonna make you pay for what you've done.
I think the city is the core of Gangs of London. I really think the city plays it is a character in itself, the atmosphere. It is the ground on which all of these seeds are planted, come to germination, and grow. So it sounds stupid to say that, without London, then there's no Gangs of London, but really it is the environment in which all of these things are allowed to operate.
Yeah, I would agree with that. London, and I think power. It's all about it's almost Shakespearean in a way, with these very powerful families and the kind of the power plays between in them, and obviously between the gangs. So, but yeah, London definitely. Yeah, Gangs of London. Yes, it's in the title actually, isn't it? Gangs of London. Heart shows London. Yeah.
I think it's all about kind of twisted honor and ultimately betrayal. Yeah, it's about power. It's about politicking and a horrible game of chess.
There's a scene that I think with your character Cornelius that kind of sums that up, which involves Finn's grave.
Oh yeah.
Talking to Ed and
to
prove a point,
piss on the grave.
Piss on the grave. But that's what you're talking about with the power, and then
but also because he was betrayed by Finn and Ed, he was beaten up with them and cast out. So that's he's back to piss all over them and go, you can't touch me, and my sister's the most powerful person in London, so what are you going to do,
I think what Gareth and Matt created was this, they gave us an incredibly complex group of people, and gave us a really good grounding in their histories and how their relationships were. They also created interest in that dark lifestyle, that dark life, and they had such a spectrum of nationalities as well. It was multicultural, and also their fight sequences. The way they executed them, the way they wrote them, the way they performed them, they edited them, everything. So the audience is constantly sort of been surprised initially by what they're up to, and you don't know what way they're going to go. And I think the brutality of it as well. As some people love it, some people can't bear it, but that's the lives that these people have chosen to sort of exist in.